I'm on my adventure again. Today I'm following the Franz Kafka trail in Prague. Let's have a look to see what we can find out about this fascinating author. Franz Kafka was born into a Jewish community in Prague, a city in which three ethnic groups, the Czechs, Germans and the Jews, had lived side by side for centuries, yet were still separated by language, custom and culture. Let us imagine a childhood where I is a mystery and the community is an indelicacy, an environment besieged by the hustle and bustle of younger sisters, governesses and caustic cooks, but also parents' memories of dead brothers. A childhood world seen through a veil of fear, guilt, dominated by a father whose figure leaves his son very little space for growth. All these factors acted on Franz Kafka's hypersensitive nature. This small circle contains my whole life. This epigraph refers to a comment that Kafka made to Frederick Tieberger, his Hebrew teacher, as they looked out over the old town square from a window from his house. The writer twice drew up a small circle, condensing his entire existential space into that gesture. The young artist moved around a labyrinth which fascinated him, yet suffocated him. Prague became both a cage and a refuge, a space which protected him from other dimensions of natural world, but which the writer changed in his dreams. Writing in his diaries, he wrote much about his education. When I think about it, I must say that my education has done me great harm in some respects. This reproach applies to a multitude of people. That is to say, my parents, several relatives, individual visitors to our home, various writers, a certain particular cook who took me to school for a year, a crowd of teachers who I must press tightly together in my memory, otherwise one would drop out here and there. But since I have pressed them together so the whole mass crumbles away bit by bit. A school inspector slowly walking passes by. In short, this reproach twists through society like a dagger. During his year at the Azioni Generali, Franz Kafka felt more like a sketch artist than a writer. In a letter to Felisa Bauer, he wrote, "I was in another time a great sketch artist, but I learned to draw in a scholastic system under the direction of a mediocre woman painter, causing the loss of all of my talent." Kafka's drawings are a tribute to the daily descent of Kafka's soul into the abyss of the blank page. "I am nothing but literature and can be anything else," he wrote in his diary. There are common existential conflicts in the lives of all men which significantly fed the unease that marks his culture. The traditional discipline between vocation and profession is one of all, he wrote. For Franz Kafka, this conflict was fatal. When Kafka chose literature as the only possible terrain for his liberation, he was already a lawyer in the service of the Austro-Hungarian bureaucracy. The problem lay in the anguish that his double life caused him, the energy drain that he represented for his body, the tremendous tension that it involved, the strange, mysterious, perhaps dangerous, perhaps saving comfort that there is in writing. It is a leap in and out of murderer's row. It is seeing of what is really taking place. This occurs by a higher type of observation, a higher, not a keener type, and a higher, it is said, less within reach of the row. The more independent it becomes, the more obedient to its own laws of nation, the more joyful, the more ascent in his course, Kafka wrote in his diaries. In Kafka's book, Reflections on Sin, Pain, and the True Way, he wrote, "We are created in order to live in paradise, and paradise was ordained to serve us. What was ordained for us has to be changed. It is not said that this has also happened with what was ordained for paradise." Kafka's popularity stems from his unique literary, profound themes and his enduring cultural resonance. He has gone full circle, and his books are still selling like wildflower. The last quote I'm going to give from Kafka's book is so profound You have to stop and think about the connotations it has on life, the life of society moves in a circle. I'll leave you with that thought. I hope you enjoyed this strange but unusual and hopefully educational short film on Kafka's Circle of Life. Thank you for watching.